another episode of Nerdy Knickknacks, where I show you guys how to make nerdy-inspired crafts. In today's episode, if you couldn't have guessed by my sticker jersey, we are doing a Harry Potter themed DIY. I love Harry Potter, so I'm very excited to finally be doing something on this Nerdy Knickknacks series related to Harry Potter. In this DIY, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this Happy Birthday Harry Hagrid Cake. Now you can see this in the first movie, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So for me, I made a magnet, but you could easily make a keychain or something else that is a pretty small size to this one. I decided to make a magnet is because I'm a little bit more paranoid about my keychains getting all wrecked up, and a magnet just sits nicely on your fridge. That's why I decided to do a magnet. The great thing about this DIY is if you're not super artsy, it doesn't matter because neither was Hagrid. I mean, Hagrid wasn't an artist or anything. Also, Hagrid did sit on the cake, so it can't end up like that perfect. Before I ramble too much, let's get into this DIY. Expecto Patronum?
For this DIY, you will need a hot glue gun, hot glue stick, clay tools, polymer clay, and magnets. First, I'm taking my pink polymer clay in Desert Rose. For this DIY, you only need half of this, so you can potentially make 2 magnets. You're just going to want to knead the clay until it becomes nice and soft. And once you've done that, you're going to want to flatten it out with your hands. You can create however big, small, thick, or thin of a cake you would like. However, to help me, I am going to be using a bottle cap as a mold to create a cake shape. If you are going to be using a bottle cap like how I am here, make sure you take out the bottle cap so that way when you put it in the oven, the plastic doesn't melt into your clay. I'm just going to be putting these 2 separate pieces together by folding them over onto each other. I want to make sure that the sides are relatively smooth. I am making a magnet, so I'm not super concerned about making the back excessively smooth, but if you are making a keychain, make sure you just take that into consideration, that on a keychain you'll see all sides, and on a magnet you'll only see the front and the sides. Next, I'm taking my green Sculpey clay and emerald, and I'm using 1/8 of this clay. In reality, you only need maybe 1/16 of this clay, so you don't need very much at all to create your letters. Now I'm just taking them and rolling them into little worms, and I'm trying to guide myself in order to figure out how big of letters I need in order to put on this cake by putting 3 lines for the Happy Birthday Harry that will be written on the cake. This took me a couple of tries to figure out how I wanted to create my letters, but finally I figured out that the best way to do it was to make them onto the side separately and then transfer them onto the top of the cake. This portion of the DIY takes a lot of patience and care. The clay does rip rather easily and sticks to your hands, so I'd recommend having a wet paper towel next to you so you can constantly wipe your hands as well as your tools. This will help decrease the amount of stickiness that you will get when you are working with your clay. You are just going to want to continue making letters and transferring them on one by one until you have fully written out Happy Birthday Harry. Now for me, the birthday was the most tedious. I had to redo that a couple of times because I made letters too big. But finally, I got it to work, and here is how I wrote them. Next, you're going to want to take your sharp, pointy clay tool and draw in that little crack that you see in the cake, and then add in any other little touches that you would like to create a more textured squashed cake. Once you're happy with your cake, you're going to want to pop it into the oven at 275 for about 20-30 minutes, and make sure you're following specific instructions on your polymer clay. After you've taken your cake out of the oven, give it plenty of time to cool before you add on the magnets. You're going to want to hot glue them onto the back of your cake. In order to create a fridge magnet, I chose to put on 2 because these magnets aren't very strong. And here is the final product.
I hope you guys enjoyed this Harry Potter themed DIY. If you did, please let me know by giving this video a like, and leave a comment down below if you have any ideas for any future nerdy knickknacks that you would like to see. Whether that just be an idea in general, or if you have a fandom you would like to see me recreate in DIY form. Hope you guys are having a magical Harry Potter filled week, and I will see you in my next episode.